Hey, happy Friday. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Let's get into this. Donald Trump yesterday spoke from the Oval Office. Pool of reporters in there asking him questions, and one of them asked him a question about Erik Prince. And before I play the clip here, I need to give you some background about maybe who Erik Prince is and what exactly is at play here relative to the proposal that was forwarded to Donald Trump by Erik Prince and some others, ne'er-do-wells, real pieces of work, to privatize the mass deportation effort, to privatize the sending to internment camps and then operating those internment camps to the tune of $25 billion. I'll get to who Erik Prince is, but imagine that. Think about that. This Herculean, dystopian, almost impossible effort that Donald Trump wants to undertake to shatter the American economy, but more importantly, shatter the lives of millions of people who are here propping up the United States economy and sending them back to who knows where, sending them to Guantanamo, all these other places. It'll be catastrophic for our economy. It'll be catastrophic for their lives and their children's lives, their family. These are people. These are real human beings. We can't dehumanize them just by saying they're illegal immigrants or whatever hateful fucking nonsense that you hear constantly from these racists. So Erik Prince sent a proposal to Donald Trump to want to get in on the action. You know, the government efficiency and fraud, waste, and abuse team. They also want to get their hand in the kitty as quick as they can to extract billions, tens of billions of dollars in wealth. That's where we are with this proposal idea. Erik Prince, on the other hand, is a whole other story. A billionaire, an American oligarch, Betsy DeVos's brother. They're both billionaires because of the Amway fortune. Another grift. Multi-level marketing scam. But let me read a little bit from this Politico article that talked about the $25 billion proposal, just about who Erik Prince is and what a real POS he is. This is the headline from the Politico article. Trump allies circulate mass deportation plan calling for processing camps and a private citizen army. The group, led by Blackwater founder, he's not a veteran of Blackwater, he's the founder of Blackwater. The group, led by Blackwater veteran Erik Prince, has close Trump ties. 3 paragraphs. Blackwater was formed by Prince in 1996 to provide training services to law enforcement, military personnel, and other government agencies. It gained widespread attention for its work in Afghanistan and Iraq, providing security services for U.S. officials and military personnel, with critics viewing its rise as a result of the U.S. military's overextension in the Middle East. The military contractor came under scrutiny in 2007 following the Nisour Square massacre, when Blackwater contractors opened fire and killed 17 Iraqi civilians and wounded 20 others, raising concerns about oversight and accountability of private contractors. Several contractors were charged with manslaughter, and 4 were convicted in 2014. And then, shocker, Donald Trump pardoned them at the end of his first term in December 2020. Trump's pardon was just one example of the influence of Prince's family during the first Trump administration. Betsy DeVos, Prince's sister, served as President Trump's education secretary, while Prince used his Trump connections as he chased business ventures in the U.S. and abroad. And I actually lied to you. Here's one more paragraph. And this is really the doozy that you may remember. I've reported on this, talked about this a lot over the course of the last few years. In 2018, Prince reportedly helped raise money for an effort to spy on progressives and Democratic organizations opposed to Trump. The former Blackwater CEO played a role in the 2019 MAGA crew effort alongside Bannon to privately build a wall along the U.S. southern border, and then parenthetically they add, Bannon recently pleaded guilty to a fraud charge related to the wall effort and avoided jail time. He was also pardoned by Donald Trump for the federal element of that. This is who Erik Prince is. This is what Erik Prince proposes: to make billions, tens of billions of dollars directly off the suffering and anti-human rights nature of this particular policy fever dream of Donald Trump. So Donald Trump was asked in the Oval Office about this yesterday by a journalist about, what do you think about this? His response will not surprise you, but it should alarm you that, well, I think we got it covered, but I'm not opposed to the idea. He thinks it's great that we should send a mercenary force across the United States, a mercenary force so unhinged that they pleaded guilty to, they were convicted of, I don't know if they pleaded guilty, but they were convicted of killing 17 Iraqi civilians, non-combatants, and wounding 20 others. Is this the caliber of individual that we want running amok as private mercenaries in the United States, rounding up, and certainly to make all kinds of mistakes, rounding up American citizens as well, who will be caught up in this? I don't think so. Donald Trump apparently does, though.
CEO Erik Prince was on our channel, News Nation. He was talking about his proposal to use private forces to assist in deportations. Have you read that proposal, and do you support it?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't think it's necessary. Our people are doing a phenomenal job. I wouldn't be opposed to it necessarily, but I'd go to our military people, and I'd go to Tom Homan and Christie. I'd go to the various and ask, but I don't see it as being. We're doing unbelievably, and getting people out, getting criminals out, people that should have never been here, that the Biden administration with their stupid open borders should have never allowed. They came in from prisons and jails and mental institutions.
And then rambles with lies and conspiracies. He's not opposed. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Imagine how bereft of morality and of just basic common sense, of economic understanding of the damage that this absolutely will do. And then deputizing, effectively, I'm assuming these people would be deputized, to run amok look, there's a thing called the posse comitatus, which prohibits, it forbids, it makes it against the law for the United States military to conduct operations within the borders of the United States. So how do we get around that, says Donald Trump and Erik Prince and others? You just have private citizens deputized by the military, by the U.S. Marshal Service, like Elon Musk's private security force. And then they will be able to determine who gets to stay, who has to go, who is forced into internment camps, maybe separated from their families, maybe if they're lucky, not. These are ghouls. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can click below and comment. That would be fantastic. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. Of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I do want to hear from you. If you want to help support this work, help me produce these videos on a daily basis, I would appreciate that. You'd be supporting on a monthly basis, but you'd be supporting me doing videos on a daily basis. Let's get real serious and precise about what the language is. For $1.99, you can click the join button below. Well, it's free to click the join button. But you will discover that for $1.99, after clicking the join button, you can see what's involved to help me do these videos. Man, I'm really getting in the weeds with the details, am I not? You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That's a great way to help support this work. One, Patreon takes a whole lot less of a share than YouTube does. Anyway, I'd appreciate your support very much. Independent media, very important in these days. I don't think that can be overstated. Anyway, follow me on social media if that's your thing. I'd love to see you there. I'm on Blue Sky, mainly @Dollemore, but there's a few other places as well. Just search @Dollemore. You can just Google @Dollemore. Who knows what you'll find. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.